May I come in?
Please come.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon. Please sit.
Thank you, sir.
Do you want to tell us something about yourself that is not in your DAF?
Sir, my name is Nitisha. I was born in Raipur, and apart from that, sir, I had been a very enthusiastic gymnast in my early school days. And apart from that, sir, I also have written a research paper during my undergraduation. And yes, sir, that is mostly which is not on my DAF.
Sociology as a subject, which part of it do you like?
So I like Indian sociology particularly because I can correlate and now I can understand deeply what exactly are the issues and can understand what exactly are the underlying causes
All
of a
right.
particular.
Now, in Indian sociology, give me the conflict perspective of an Indian family.
So from conflict perspective, I feel that something, for example, sir, the rise in domestic violence issues during, especially after COVID.
Tell me in Marxian terms.
So families are considered to be an institution where a lot of expectations from each other has led to overburdening of familial ties. So over expectations leading to...
Is an Indian family a power relationship? Unequal power relationship?
Yes, I believe that they are of unequal power relationship, specifically as far as the conjugal relationships are concerned.
Can you visualize a society without the institution of family? What will that society look like?
So visualizing a society without family is because family is an institution that is ingrained in our society and also in other societies as well. So visualizing it without family is something which is difficult, sir. And so I feel that it is very intrinsic to all societies.
That I know. That's why I'm saying visualize a society without family as an institution. What will it look like, even theoretically?
So because if there are no familial ties, I feel the bondage or the bonhomie which families or which members of a family they engage in, that would be missing. And secondly, the family as an institution is considered to provide emotional support and also stabilization and socialization.
What's the problem if we all seek emotional support from each other without being a family?
So I feel that it would be more short term and it will be transactional in nature. But familial relations are more non-transactional and they're more long term.
Fair enough. Now, again, in the Indian context, does the concept of patriarchal bargain apply?
Yes, sir, it applies.
Who gave that concept?
So it was given by Ms. Denzin Kanzioti.
From?
So I'm not sure.
Turkey.
She's a Turkey. Okay. Thank you, sir.
In the Indian context, explain patriarchal bargain to me. Give me an example.
So, for example, the the mother-in-laws of today, they were daughter-in-laws of yesteryears.
Whenever we talk of patriarchal bargain, why do we immediately think of the mother-in-law?
So, because that is one of the glaring examples of a patriarchal bargain.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue with what do you mean by family? Is there only one kind of family?
So, ma'am, family is an institution which involves a relationship between two consenting adults, and the general definition of family includes also the children. But there are multiple definitions as our society has progressed, and even societies across the world have progressed. There are multiple kinds of families, ma'am.
Can you explain what you mean by multiple kinds of families?
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, After, for example, in India only, after decriminalization of same-sex relationship, there are same-sex families which are gaining a concurrence. Apart from that, there are patchwork families and lavender families. So, ma'am, these are the new emerging kinds of families.
Great. And we were talking about family, and you said it's non-transactional, but at the same time, we know that women have no or very limited negotiating power, right? Or in decision making, even in their intimate lives of sexual and reproductive health, say,
Yes.
right? So, what is your view on that, on their autonomy, dignity, bodily autonomy? So, what do you think is required in a family for that?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, I agree. And even as per the World Population Report, about 80 to 85% of women do not have a bodily autonomy or rights as far as their reproduction or other decisions in the family is concerned. Ma'am, I feel that this male-dominated society is one of the reasons for which these families exist. But there are certain reforms which are required. For example, especially related to women empowerment, and we see that after women empowerment, the conjugal rights and conjugal relationship, they have become more and more symmetrical. So I feel empowering the women will lead to a better situation at family level.
Who published the World Population Report?
Ma'am, I'm forgetting right now, but I will get back.
The State of World Population Report is published every year by UNFPA.
UNFPA, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, but thank you for referencing it. You also were beginning to speak on domestic violence, and you said this was increasing during the pandemic. Can you elaborate on that and why that was so?
Ma'am, during pandemic, because the remote working concept had increased, so basically the men and even women, they were not going to the workplace. So restricting them to households led to increase in domestic violence, and this was also flagged by the NCRB report. So it was directly correlated to remote work, wherein men and women, they were...
But you think just because they were staying in closer proximity that was leading to violence? You think that was the only reason?
That was one of the major reasons. And apart from that, I feel, ma'am, other reasons could be because of blurring of lines between personal life and public life. That is also one of the reasons. And rise in stress and other methods, they were basically, women are being used to vent the anger of men. So that is
frustration was
frustration, yes.
Yeah, thank you. My last question, quickly, what is your sociological observation on the panel?
Ma'am, I feel that there is earlier we had been a more male-dominated society, but now there is a representation of women in the panel.
So you're satisfied with one representation?
Ma'am, my reference has been earlier mocks which I have appeared for. So, ma'am, this is maybe a step in the right direction, but more needs to be done. Given that India has 50% of women population, so there should be equal representation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me in that line ask you a thought-based question. In my limited experience of a few tens of thousands of Hindi films, whenever there is this Kader Khan, Amrish Puri kind of villain who has an equally devilish son, you will invariably find the mother absent in most films. I mean, 99% of the films. Why? Is it because कि footage खाएगी, पैसे की तो परवाह होती नहीं लोगों को? इसलिए the mother character is missing, and how do you explain it sociologically? Firstly, do you agree with me?
Yes, sir. So I agree with it. And sir, I feel that one of the reasons sociological reason, as even explained by sociologist Emile Durkheim, is related to the fact that women, they are more instrumental, and they are more emotionally intelligent. So I feel that that could be one of the reasons, because women play an important role in grooming and inculcating values in the children. So the instrumental aspect in the life of the younger generation is missing, and that is why it leads to.
Okay, all right, we'll go along with that. Very recently, there is something which was found in Dholavira. How does it relate to, and why am I asking you that question?
So I think I skipped that part of news, but I will read about it.
Okay, has to do with the Harappan civilization. Now, how does it relate to you?
Sorry, so I think I skipped it, but I will read about
Harappan civilization you couldn't have skipped.
it. So the findings, I am not.
Forget about the findings. How's the Harappan civilization relating to you?
So the Harappan civilization as a society, it has displayed various.
Why I'm asking you that question? How does it relate to you? A very simple question. You are a Sindhi. It's about the Sindhu Ghati Sabhyata.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Don't overthink. Relax. So tell me, there is this huge thing about Indus Valley civilization, which is a fait accompli.
Right.
It has been theorized through the 1920s and 30s that these Aryans came in, and Aryans invaded, and they plundered and they demolished some 100 cities. What we found out was there were only 38 odd skeletons, and none of them carried injury marks. So they revised it to that it was not an invasion, it was a migration. Now, what is the status of that theory?
So I think I will have to read about it more. I'm
All
not.
right, all right, all right, all right. Chaliye, let's talk about something very, very close to you. What's the difference between the Sindhi kadhi as opposed to Punjabi kadhi as opposed to Avdi kadhi? We'll skip the Gujarati kadhi for now.
Okay. So Sindhi curry, the base essentially is the basin, the flour which is used, and it is made by roasting basin, and a lot of vegetables are also added. And apart, so as compared to the Punjabi curry, I think that it is more curd based, and it has also a fritters which are fried and added.
Fritters are added. And what about the Avdi kadhi?
So that
Or
I'm not
UP kadhi?
So I am not sure about
Okay. I'm through. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Instrumentation and control.
Sir.
CNG machines have been changed possibly with artificial intelligence impact. What do you understand about?
So I'm not sure about the recent developments. Sir. Read about it.
So I will ask you another question. Gulmohar enclave.
Yes.
The Gulmohar flower, what do you know about it?
So Gulmohar flowers basically they are red flowers which generally come on Gulmohar trees during spring season, and they form the deciduous trees, and they require a lot of low maintenance, and they can grow well in the seasonal rainfalls.
Self-improvement books do not improve our personality. Do you think it has improved you?
So it it has played an important part in my life, and I have imbibed a lot of learnings from these self-help books.
Which are the key learnings you absorbed in your personality?
So from the Atomic Habits by James Clear, I learned how to continuously edit my beliefs, upgrade my skills, and expand my identity. So it also talks about the compounding effect. For example, how if I become 1% better version of myself every day for a year, I will be 37 times better as compared to what I was last year.
Why is it called Atomic Habits?
So it's called Atomic Habits because it talks about the power of doing small activities every day over a period of long time to inculcate good habits.
You are from Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh is a happening place in India's energy scenario. What are the, how far we can optimum utilize Chhattisgarh mineral resources?
So Chhattisgarh is a mineral-rich resource, and a lot of steps have been taken to unlock the potential of these minerals. For example, industries, a lot of industries, as far as unlocking the potential of these minerals is concerned, is being done, and also a lot of labor is also available. So, because of availability of reserve and labor and industrial development, a lot of potential is being unlocked. So.
Okay. International relation, there is a new book by External Affairs, Why Bharat Matters. Why do you think Bharat matters?
So I believe that today the foreign policy is not just about clinically assessing the developments that are taking place across the globe, but it is also about moving confidently, having confidence in our own values, tradition and heritage. So I feel that there is a shift in our foreign policy where we are acting in much more mature fashion, and which is driven by self-assurance and confidence. And that is rooted in the spirit of Bharat. So I feel that is why Bharat matters.
Strategic autonomy and non-violence, how are they different in India's foreign policy?
So in the same book, the External Affairs Minister has described non-alignment as being a defensive approach. And we have moved towards strategic autonomy where we are engaging with different countries on issue-to-issue basis, and we are engaging with them as per whatever suits our national interest. So we are part of both Quad and also BRICS SCU. So this shows our strategic autonomy.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Nitisha.
Hello, sir.
Now we see you a few years hence as a district magistrate of a district in, say, your own state. You're called to speak in a public event on India's Vision 2030. I'll give you 1 minute. Speak whatever you feel could be the vision. If you wish, you can stand with the permission of the chair as if you're delivering a speech.
Okay. So may I stand? Okay. And may I take a
Yes,
minute
please.
to think?
Yes? Yeah, whatever makes you comfortable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whatever the deem is comfortable.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll start. India has written her own growth story starting from independence. We have moved from net food importing country to becoming self-sufficient, and now we are a food exporting country. And we have strengthened our own local governance and local institutions. We have worked towards development and women empowerment. And this shows that our history is an evidence of what we are going to become when year 2030 comes. And for Vision 2030, I see a couple of improvements to make India a global leader. One is with respect to women empowerment. Further needs to be done so that women are empowered and move away from women development to women-led development. Second would be strengthening the global and strengthening the grassroots level institutions further. Third would be upskilling the skill of the unskilled laborers so that we can unlock the potential of a manufacturing sector and become integral part of global value chains. Apart from that, India is also working as far as security issues are concerned, and also is been engaging with neighboring countries and also countries across the world with lot of confidence, maturity, and self-assurance. So this is my vision of India 2030.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now, are you aware of the Naxalite problem? Are you aware?
Yes.
Okay. Now, is it more ideology based or reality based?
So I believe that the ideology is fueling the Naxalist problem. However, the reality cannot be ignored, given that the Naxal areas have been socially and economically backward relatively as compared to other parts of the country. So I feel so it's a combination of both, and it's the ideology that is fueling the problem of Naxalism.
So, should the ideology be countered first or the development first?
Sir, I feel that on both aspects we have to move parallelly and concurrently. So results have to be shown on ground. For example, there are a lot of investments and development, road development and education, healthcare facilities that are being made available. Also, the ideology is being countered by narratives which the government is building, which the local citizens are building. So I feel it has to be done in both ways.
Okay. Are you aware of the Smart City project?
Yes, sir.
What does it aim and how many cities have been selected?
So, 100 cities are selected under Smart City Mission, which aims to transform and reform the cities of India, which will provide better services and ease of living to common citizen, which will ultimately act as engine of growth for our economies.
Okay. Now, one last question. If there's a conflict between a secular law or a distinct personal law like we have today, which should take primacy?
So, personal law, as far as it does not violate any individual's right or is discriminatory in nature, can coexist with secular laws. And I feel, sir, like even in the current context of a uniform civil code, which the Constitution of India mentions that states have to gradually move towards uniform civil code. I feel, sir, a balance between the two is the step in the right direction as far as they are not discriminatory.
On the direct question of maintenance of a divorced woman. Now,
So I think I skipped that part. I'll
Let
give
it. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Sir.
How do you think you did?
So initially, I could not pick up, but I think in the middle and end, I could.
And why do you think you couldn't pick up initially?
So because I was a little flustered with the first question that I have to introduce myself, which is not on CV because everything is on my CV. So I'll have to be careful. Like my one answer should not affect other answers.
Exactly. But you managed to sort of take care of it as you went along, correct?
Yes.
And you were so flustered that the first two things you said were already in your DAF.
Yes, sir. That's
Correct?
So I could not think. So I'll be more mindful of such questions.
All right. I find that you appeared for the UPSC interview once earlier. What marks did you get?
So I scored 157 in my first.
Why do you think that happened?
So firstly, I just had I had less time to prepare. I just had 10 days. My interview was on the second day, and so I was not very confident. I could not strike a conversation with the panelists. I was not very confident.
Today, do you think that was taken care of?
Yes, I felt there was an improvement.
All right. Now, because I have a lady colleague here, she will talk to you in detail. I'll just tell you two things limited to your interaction with me. Rest I'll leave to ma'am. My question on what will society look like without the institution of family, initially you did not answer. You kept saying that that's not possible or something like that. So that's a negative. I was only asking you to imagine.
Imagine.
Correct?
Yes.
And the question before that, conflict perspective of the family conflict perspective, I meant in sociological terms, Marxian terms mainly. But you started giving me real life examples that domestic violence has increased, this is up and that. So, perspective was a theoretical question. Second was a question where I was only asking your imagination, sociological, that what would society look like. So, try not to deviate from the two questions.
I will take care.
The rest, let ma'am start. If I have something to add, I'll add.
Okay. Thank you. I think you were excellent. One small suggestion, maybe you could look at all the members, or at least not just be stuck on one person, especially that last 1 minute speech could have made eye contact with all of us.
Like an audience.
Yeah, like an audience, right? Because that's what Sir was asking you to, the panelist was requesting you to do. And I think exactly some points need to be brushed up, but otherwise you knew everything very well. I think in your case, he's one. Yeah. And I'm not sure about your what kind of sari and you plan to wear, and so yeah, you might want to just take care of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Should it be lighter or less? What would you recommend, ma'am?
no, I think you could wear something little brighter also.
Okay.
Yeah. And what do the male members do?
I think
It looks very pleasing.
Huh?
it's a very
Very
nice
pleasant.
sari.
Very
Yeah.
pleasing.
Yeah.
As long as it's not very flashy, I think
Yeah.
it is very dignified.
I'll just add that whatever sari you're wearing, know about the sari.
Yeah, you make it.
Some lady can ask you.
Exactly.
Well, Prerna had come wearing that beautiful sari.
So somebody
So many
would
questions
comment,
you ask.
yeah, where it's from. Maybe you could wear something from your state,
Yes.
from Chhattisgarh.
Oh, yes.
When's your interview?
Yeah.
26th March.
26th March. Have you done any other mocks?
Yes, I've.
What was the feedback?
I was asked to smile a little more often and eye contact, as ma'am said, and having more depth in my answers.
What does that mean? Depth in my answers.
Like depth with respect to current affair questions, specifically related to international relations.
Focus on the question, like my two questions. Just take that as a something to think about.
Right.
That question was something, you said something. Focus on that bit.
Okay.
Anything you want to ask?
So how can I improve further from here on? What should be my strategy?
Say something?
Eye contact. And you're very good, you're quite, we feel that you should be there. I purposely gave you a simulated kind of an exercise, you have to visualize that you are there.
Yeah.
So your confidence level is good, presentability is very good. I think you're wearing a chanderi.
Yes.
Yeah,
Chandeli cotton.
So it's from your region only. Okay.
And you've got a great personality.
Yeah.
You would leverage that. With a candidate, sorry sir. With a candidate like you, we don't have to tell you very much. You've already been in one interview, so and you also know what went wrong.
Yes.
And I think you are taking fairly good care of it. Anything else?
Supreme Court, whatever it says,
Yes.
one. Whatever is in the current affairs, what happened yesterday, today morning newspaper,
Yeah.
be prepared.
Anything else?
I'll add,
Just one second.
wherever the, sorry.
No, I mean, if you are
Please,
going to ask
please
something,
finish, please finish.
So I would like to hear from.
start, yeah.
Wherever the Prime Minister and the External Affairs Minister have been going in the last several years,
Yes.
it's all there somewhere. Just have a look. The PM and the EM don't go anywhere just like that.
Yes.
Right? So we have not really delved into international affairs or some, so have a look.
Okay, I'll do it. And can I wear, I was planning to wear this sari for the final.
I find it very good.
Perfectly good.
I find it very good. Excellent. All the
Your
best.
state.
Thank you.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank
What
you.
I've added here is a Sindh, from the Sufi to the music to the cuisine, तो मैंने यूं ही पूछ लिया. But the Sindh Baloch KPK issue, right?
Yes, I'll read
Sara,
about it.
and Indus Valley civilization
Indus
is getting hotter and hotter as regards Saraswati.
Yes.
Now there is even a move to call it, is it a Indo-Saraswati civilization. So there's a lot going on.
I'll read about it.
उस एरिया के जो सूफी सेंट है ना सबसे बड़े जिनकी बहुत सिंधी लोग भी गाते हैं
Bulle Shah.
From Chhattisgarh, right?
नहीं, Sindh.
Sindh,
है ना
Sindh.
तो वो सिंधी फोकलोर भी थोड़ा
All the best.
I'll read
Thank
it.
you.
थैंक यू गुड लक
Thank you.
Thank you.